Alright, hello to the third playthrough video of the game called Airlift Stalingrad. So I still have 18 cards, which means 18 turns possible to be relieved by the Operation Winter Storm or Breakthrough. This is the status so far. I lost 2 areas of my little pocket. If I lose another one, I lose the game, so that's kind of bad. I managed to build lots of these fortifications, so I know my soldiers are basically in the fortifications, but I have some areas that are not really guarded, like Stalingrad itself is right now just empty. So if there is an attack there, I'll have to push some of these soldiers there to keep it not under my control. I had 3 fuels, need at least 1 more for the Operation Winter Storm. My morale is 3, pretty good. I have food, and had some of the really good airlifts. Alright, we have 3 enemy planes for now, and we're gonna draw a card and start our next turn. So level 3 card, and let's see. I immediately always look at the events here. So 1 soldier died in hospital. That's kind of bad, because every time soldier die in hospital, our morale go down. Alright, and then 1 random infantry attack and 1 random tank attack. So I do not know where they're gonna attack, because I'm gonna have to roll a die, and then we're gonna see, because this is all marked. So for instance, if I roll a 4, then I can either choose Gumrak or Pitomnik. It's my choice, but it's gonna be one of those 2, or Chernalaya. So Stalingrad is not is open, so I have to do something about that. But here's the problem: I don't have an action that allows me to move troops. So if the Stalingrad gets attacked this turn, I'm gonna lose it, and I'm gonna lose the game. And that's really bad. The good news is I have 3 actions, so instead of using only 2 actions, I can choose 3, but they also have to be adjacent. So I can go like this, this, and this, or bunker, get some food. Right now, bunker is kinda useless. It is useless because all my fortifications or bunkers are already on the map. So I'm gonna definitely use this. This will be wasted, and maybe raise my food a bit, because I don't know what else to do. So let's do our 2 actions. First, some more disruption, which could help me out. We'll see. So this disruption here, building bunkers. I don't have damaged bunkers, so they're all fine. And then let's try to rise our food. I would need 5 or 6. And there is a 6. My food is now on the maximum, which is a good thing, because if I want to do that Operation Winter Storm, I roll 2d6, and then they must be lower than the sum of my food and morale. So 5 and a 3 is 8, so 2 to 7 with 2 dice would be fun. And I have lots of rerolls, and I can use these ones also during a breakthrough. So I just need some fuel, but we'll see what will happen. Alright, let's roll for weather. Weather is 4, that's clear, which means we have these airplanes that will be a problem for us. And I'm thinking to send all 6 planes, because I really need to get some people out of the hospital, and when I do that, then I can place them anywhere on the map, and that could solve this problem with the Stalingrad. So I definitely need drops here. Alright, so this will give me 3 white die possibly, and 3 of these tokens. But let's see how my air combat will work. So I need a higher than 3. 6 will do. So no, I waited any losses with airplanes, so now I can decide. So I'm gonna do like this. one here, one in Stalingrad, and what else I can, maybe two. Well, doesn't really matter. If I roll 2 5s, it's gonna be 2 there. Actually, I have to place it. So if I roll a 5, this 2 will drop there. If I do it like this, then I can choose. If I roll 1 5, I can choose this one or this one. If I roll 2 5s, one will go here, one will go here. But I'm really hoping for a 6. So I'm going to put 2 drops in the center and 1 in the Stalingrad. And then I'm going to roll these 3 dice. So I need 6s and 5s. I do have some reroll tokens, so we'll see how that's going to work. Ooh, there's a 6. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 reroll token and reroll these 2. Come on, 5 or a 6 would be good. No luck. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna keep the last one. There's a 5. Nice. So 1 dropped, went who knows where, doesn't really matter. But we have a 6, and I'm gonna use it to activate my hospital. So those drops will be used to save people. So what I need to do right now is roll a die, and if it's higher than the number of wounded people, I'm gonna get 1 out of the wounded back anywhere on the map. Come on, need 3 or more. Wow. Okay, because this is really crucial, I'm gonna use my last reroll for this. Come on, 3 or more. 5, nice. We're gonna put this guy back from hospital to Stalingrad. Alright, and then I have a 5 here in Stalingrad, so I'm gonna use this parachute drop. I'm gonna use this parachute drop as weapons. So what you do, you place it like this, so that's like fortification. So he's safe. He's saved, but not quite exactly. I need to explain this. So this is not fortification, this is ammo and weapons for these guys. Now if they have ammo and weapons and they get attacked by the infantry squad, you just remove this. They protected themselves. Okay, but if they get artillery strike, they will just die. Artillery just kills everything, which is not in the fortification. If they are attacked by the tank, you're gonna remove this, but they go back to hospital. They will not die, but at least they fought and got wounded again. So I think this is my best option, instead of going for the fuel, just to give them some ammo and weapon to maybe, if they get attacked by the, we'll see where it's gonna hit, by tanks. Alright, so that's all done. Resolve the error effects we did. Draw cubes and resolve the events. Okay, so we need to draw 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so the good news, no red cubes, no attacks, so I'm fine. The bad news, this is gone at the end of the turn, so it's only lasts like a little shield for 1 turn, so I can remove it immediately. 1 soldier will die in the hospital, so this guy is dead, out of the game, which will push my morale down. Every time someone dies in the hospital, morale goes down. And so that's this green cube here, and I have a white, so I do have 1 reroll. Bam. So all this disruption I did really helping me with this back. Okay, let's go to the next turn. Did I do everything? Yes, I did. Alright, level 2, so only 2 cubes. 2 random areas gonna be attacked, and I can use 3 actions: hospital, change order, fuel, airplanes. Nothing in the hospital. Again, it's gonna be useless. I don't wanna change order, So I guess I'm gonna do fuel, airplane, and that's it. I'm not gonna use any of these two. So airplane means I get one airplane. Oh, by the way, these guys are back from the repair. So now I have 11 airplanes, which is pretty good. Fuel, we're gonna try to rise the fuel, so I need 4 or more. Okay, do I want to re-roll that? If I re-roll that and this order stays like this till the end of the turn, I can try to do Operation Winter Storm and be relieved. Problem is I will not have any re-rolls, and right now I would have to roll 5 less than 7 on 2 dice. If I had any re-rolls, I would be, well, I'm gonna still use this to try to re-roll this and get fuel, because 4 fuel will something I need to have. Ah, damn, didn't work. Okay, those were the actions. Let's roll for the weather. Weather is snow, which means enemy aircrafts will not attack me unless I have a black die. Well, then it can happen. -2 DRM, and I need to roll higher than the number of planes to not lost any planes. So if I put a 6 and I roll a 6, -2, it's gonna be 4. So I'm guessing I'm gonna try to send 4 in this snowstorm. I might lose a plane, but we're gonna try. This will give me 2 white dice possibly, and 2 tokens. Alright, so let's roll. Oh wait, that wasn't a roll, just dropped it. This is a roll. 6 -2 is 4, which is sadly still equal. Now difference is 0, so it's going to be 1 lost plane. This will affect this. I will get a black die instead, and now we're gonna see when I roll these dice. Before I check for the weather. Wait, what happens first? Let me check some. I think weather, and then no, weather happens first. So I have to roll for this and see if I get one or 2. It's either gonna be going to repair or back to base, because this airplane is lost in the snow. All right. Oh, it's fine. It's just back to base. All right. I forgot. This black die will affect these airplanes here, because if I roll equal or lower than the enemy planes on the black die, when I roll for the one of these planes will be shot down, because you know it's gonna get hit. That's the problem with this black die. That's why you wanna not use odd number of planes, because they are like not in the compact group, so they are like isolated and they can easily get shot down. All right, so where do I wanna drops? Definitely in Gumrak, because I'm hoping to rise my morale, and definitely here in Stalingrad, because rising my fuel. Now there is 2 random attacks, so if I successfully drop here, I might actually just put it as a little like a shield. Okay, let's see what will happen actually. So I need 4 and 5s. I don't have any rerolls. 4 and 5s. Okay, so this is useless, but I did got a 5, so I have to decide either here or here. I think this will be a missed drop, and this I'm not gonna use it as a, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna try to increase my fuel level instead. I'm not gonna use it as a little shield. So I need 4 or more. Nice, another fuel. So technically, at the end of this turn, because that's where you can use these orders from Berlin, I'm still in the Operation Winter Storm. I can try to get relieved by this operation. So there must be 4 or more fuel reserves in the breakthrough scale, and weather must be clear. Oh, that's not gonna work. So I have to wait a bit. But at the end of the turn you can roll for this, and as I said, everything depends on that roll. You roll lower than your sum of the food and morale, you win the game. You roll higher, if you don't have any rerolls, that's a game over immediately. That's just one chance you have. Alright, let's get a sip of tea and continue. Oh wait, continue, yes, with the drawing cubes. So let me shuffle this. Two cubes, a green and a gray. I'm fine. No attack. Perfect. Alright, next card, another level 2. Let's see, infantry attack at Pitomnik and Rohoshka. Pitomnik and Rohoshka. So Rohoshka doesn't really matter. Pitomnik, I can live through that. I have fortification there. But then maybe artillery attack at Chernolaya. So that's here. And Gumrak. Alright, we'll see. I have +2 DRM. Okay, I have some things I can do. The hospital is clear. I'm thinking to move troops from Gumrak just to keep them safe to... Where can I put them? I can put them in Peskovatka for now. Because if the attack happens, this will get destroyed. They're gonna survive, but definitely want to use this. Bunker is useless, so maybe moving troops. Okay, I'm not gonna move troops, but I'm gonna be doing some more disruptions. More disruption to Soviets, more chances. So only one action basically. Let's see. +2 DRM, that's good. Let's roll for weather. Weather is fog. Okay, by the way, these are returned. Fog with a -1 DRM. I'm gonna send 4 planes, which probably gonna give me 2 white dice and 2 tokens. Now we're gonna roll for the fog with a -1 DRM, but I have a +2, so that's basically +1 DRM. If you remember, I need... oh wow, so that's 2. So the difference between the 2 and the 4 planes is 2, so 2 planes will be possibly lost. So let's check it out. I need to roll for each plane here in this fog. 1 or 2 they go to repairs, everything else they go back to base. Okay, they go back to base, lucky for me, but now instead I have only 1 white die and 1 drop this day. So where do I want to use it? I'm fine with the food. My morale is a bit down. I might use it on Gumrak to try to raise the morale. Alright, so 1 die, I need 4 or 5. 2. Nope. Nothing dropped today. These guys return home. Okay. draw cubes and hope for the best. Okay, 2 green, no attacks. Perfect. Let's continue. Alright, fuel consumption and 2 random attacks with infantry. Bunkers. Oh, alright. Operation Winter Storm is still on point. I do have this anti-aircraft gun, which I can use it right now if I want to. Yes, I'm gonna use the anti-aircraft gun. So how this work? If this was cleared, I would just place a little icon here. So so when you have to roll for the airplanes, you just remove this. But if you have airplanes here, you roll a die. If you roll higher than the number of airplanes, you can lower their number by 1. Actually, you lower their number by difference. Now, I'm not so sure about that because I don't know what kind of weather is gonna be. If it's a clear weather, if I destroy them all, they could actually come back. So right now it's not a good action to use. And moving troops, it's 2 random attacks. I don't know where they're gonna attack. So believe it or not, I'm not going to use any of these 2 actions because they're just not useless. They're not. I can't use them right now. They're not really good actions from this operation car right now. I can maybe lower these airplanes a bit. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to use the anti-aircraft gun. So that's a 2 lower, basically failed. I didn't do nothing to these airplanes. Alright, so that let's roll for the weather. Hey, wait. Still fog. Damn. Well, at least planes will not affect us. I'm thinking to send 4 airplanes again. This will give me possibly 2 white dice for the airlift. Alright, let's see. That's a 5 with the -1. That's turned to 4. I do have 4 airplanes, so that's equal or lower. 1 will be lost. So this 1 white die turns into black die, which now could be a problem because we do have airplanes here. Okay, let me roll for the 1 or 2. This, okay, this is actually gonna go back home. Alright. So where do I want to put the drops? I definitely need to raise my morale and maybe put a little shield here because everybody is in fortification, so I'm quite fine. And there was a many Soviet how it's called, artillery strikes, so this fortification is holding me alive pretty good. So let's go here and we'll see what will happen. So white and black, I'm gonna roll it here. Don't forget, black must be higher than the number of planes, otherwise one of my planes is gonna be shot down by when they returning back by the enemy airplanes. Oh damn. So this will happen. It's destroyed. Now it's not gonna affect my roll for the airlift because it's happening when they're returning home. Just lost the plane. And I roll 4 and a 2, which means nothing here, but I can use a 4 here, and I'm gonna use it to try to raise my morale with this drop. So I need 3 or more, and of course I failed. Although that was really flimsy drop. And then we're gonna draw cubes. So 2 cubes. Alright, so the good news is I get a reroll. The bad news is fuel consumption is -1, so I lose 1 fuel, and I'm back now. I cannot break through. I mean, I can't use Operation Winter Storm again. And the weather is not going into my way also. Alright. Let's go. 14 more turns. Another level 2 card. This time I can lose food. Soldier die in hospital. No one is hospital, so that's... But there could be attack on the rear guard and Rokhoshka, but those are already on the Soviet control, so I'm fine with that too. The only thing that can be bad for me is this -1 food. I can get a plane back, I can move some troops. Oh, I have a +1 DRM, that's good. I guess I'm gonna have a plane back and I'm gonna try to raise my morale. So 1 plane got from the repair, and by the way these 2 are also back. I'm good with planes, at least I'm not losing them too much. And morale, let's try to rise morale. I need 3 to 6, 5. My morale goes to 3. Okay, we're fine. Keeping our morale and food, we're kind of pretty good standing here in Stalingrad for now. We just, if we could get to the situation to be relieved or break through from it. Okay, I have a +1 DRM, so this was actually a 6. I need to keep an eye on that. Let's see the weather. And the weather is still fog. Lots of fog. Oh wait, with a +1 DRM that's actually a 4. I need to remember these things because this DRM affect everything except my airlift rolls. Nothing affect the airlift rolls. This is a clear weather. Okay, that's good. The bad things, airplanes are hunting for us, but I'm gonna send all 6 planes. That's gonna give me 3 dice possibly, and these. And now let's see, will I lose any airplanes? I do have a +1 DRM. 1 + 1 is 2. Wow. Okay, I definitely need to use a reroll on that. Come on. Okay, that's actually a 6. So all my planes gonna pass by. If I roll a 2 with a difference of 6, 4 planes would go on the loss, and then there is a good chance many of them would be actually shot down. So that's actually, that DRM and reroll helped me a lot. Alright, where do I want to place drops? Gumrak for sure, some more fuel to Stalingrad, and rear guard and Hoshka, I don't care about that. Let's try another one there. So looking for 4s and 5s. And of course, and I don't have any rerolls. So all of these fell to the Soviet side, and all of my airplanes were actually useless this day. Wow. Useless. Okay. Let's shuffle this, draw 2. Alright, so the bad news, well, actually there is no bad news. All is fine because this tank attack, they're already holding these areas, I'm fine. I do have a 1 reroll though. And these disruption cubes really helps a lot. Alright. Let's continue. Level 3. Could lose morale, Pitomnik could be disrupted, and center and Stalingrad will be attacked by tanks. Ooh, that's not good. Can move troops. I can't do much about that. We'll see. In any case, I'm gonna try for fuel and food. So let's try for fuel first. So I need more than 3. I have a +1 DRM, so that's just 2 with DRM. Not enough. Do I want to reroll that? Yes, I do want to reroll that because I need fuel. Come on. Okay, 6. Got fuel. And then for the food, useless. I mean, even if I roll a 6, it's just gonna stay there. I'm not gonna do that, and I don't want to actually move any troops. They're kind of finding their fortifications, so we're gonna just don't use any other actions. Okay, let's roll for the weather. And weather is snow. With the actually with the +1 DRM, it's not a snow, it's a fog. Okay. I'm gonna send 4 planes. And now let's check, will they be lost in the weather? -1 DRM +1, so I'm kinda on 0. So 2 minus plus nothing, so 2 difference between the number of planes. It's lower than my number of planes, so difference is 2, so 2 will be lost in this fog, which means only 1 white die and only 1 of these tokens. And now let's check it out, what will happen with these planes. As long as I don't roll 1 or 2, they'll be fine. Okay, they're fine, but they just go back to base. 1 drop. Where do I want to drop this? Let's do it on Stalingrad, in the prevention of this attack with the tanks. Can give me some shield if I roll a 5. And remember, DRMs doesn't work on these rolls, so I don't have +1 to this roll. So I need 5 straight. Oh, I got a 5. They have weapon and ammo to withstand this attack, which means they will not die, but they will go to hospital instead. Because this is like this is not like a fortification. Just have weapons to survive and nothing more. Normally they would have died, and if there was another guy here, he will also get wounded. When there is only one guy, you go for that first and wound, but this guy has some protection from weapon and ammo, so instead of, well, maybe I'm not gonna draw these cubes, we'll see. So let's draw 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so no attack. I do get a reroll. 1 iron cross for the white. My morale is gonna go down because of this, and Potomnik is disrupted, so we're gonna place this on Potomnik. Bam. And that's kind of bad thing, but not that bad right now. It's kind of bad if you get attacked when you are disrupted, because every attack is basically stepping up a bit. So infantry attack, normally when you're in fortification you're fine, but this time infantry attack's gonna move 1 step down. You're still gonna be fine. Tank attack, instead of just moving 1 step down, we're gonna destroy this bunker, and artillery will just obliterate everything when this disrupt. Everything becomes a bit stronger every attack. Also, I cannot drop supply Potomnik, so, but I'm really fine with food, so that's okay. Alright, we can go to the next turn, because I can't use, weather is not clear, so although I have enough fuel, I can't try to escape. 12 cards left. Roshka and rear guard, they're already under Soviet control. Gumrak and Stalingrad. can get attacked, but those guys and oh, by the way, this is gone. This is only for one turn. So this guy can be problematic. Maybe if I move, I can't move him, then I'm gonna lose Stalingrad and lose the game. So what do I want to do? I'm gonna do these two actions. I'm gonna increase morale and use aircraft. Operation with the storm is also already there. So let's do morale first. Don't have any DRMs, so I need 3 or more. That's gonna be fine. And anti-aircraft gun, more than 3. It's not enough, so no damage aircraft. So by the way, this should be in the base. Okay, roll for weather. Clear. All right. What do I need? I don't need to send many planes right now. Maybe just 2. If I get more fuel, I'll be safer. Okay, let's go 4. So possible 2 white dice, 2 drops. Okay, fight with the aircraft without any DRMs. 1 is really bad. I think I'm gonna use my reroll for that. Okay, 3 is much better. It's equal, so only 1 plane is gonna possibly get lost. This turns one of the white dice into the black dice. Now let's see what happened to this plane. Is it shot down or just damaged? It just damaged, so it doesn't go to pool, goes to Berlin or whatever they're fixing them. Alright, so that was that. Because airplanes, weather is kinda not that cruel. Weather either damage your plane or just return them to base, but enemy airplanes either damage or destroyed. There is no back to base when they shot you. Alright, so definitely Stalingrad, definitely Gumrak. So this is the 2 things I want to roll for. So 4s and 5s, that's what I'm looking for. And I get the 6 and 1, of course. Drops fell who knows where. Aircraft returned home, unsuccessful. And now we're gonna draw 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. Ooh! 3 rerolls. Well, this is something I can use. And I think this is the moment when I actually can win a game. So, end of the turn, I can try to do orders from Berlin. Orders are Operation Winter Storm, get relieved from and save from Stalingrad. There must be 4 or more fuel reserves. Yes. Weather must be clear. It is. Roll 2d6. Their sum must be lower than the sum of food and morale. So we have a 5 and a 3. That's 8. And we have 3 rerolls. I think it's safe to say that I could actually win a game here. A 10. It must be lower. Not good. Reroll number 1. Now the question is, what do I want to reroll? Both or just 1? I think I'm gonna reroll both. And that's enough. 4. We relieved by the Operation Winter Storm and we are safe. We managed to survive Stalingrad. Okay. So that's 1 game. So what I would change based on the playthroughs is I definitely think that I need to somehow add more cubes to this bag, because disruption is right now pretty strong. So that's gonna be done probably by some effects on the cards which I can add, and we'll see how that's gonna work. Next thing, maybe these enemy airplanes should be reloaded every time in clear weather, so this could go up or down depending on those rolls on the weather. And that's basically all I think I should change. Now building these fortifications is pretty strong action. I might nerf that a bit, maybe build just half of them. So when I add those changes to the rulebook, we're gonna have another playthrough and we'll see how that's gonna work. So far I'm pretty satisfied with everything. I'm basically what I'm trying to do, make a game a much harder. It was hard from the beginning, but some actions I think are still too strong, and some have to be a bit changed. So as I said, when I do some changes, I'm probably gonna import the rulebook with the new changes, and then we're gonna see how can we just improve the playing experience. I'm satisfied how the airlift works, because sometimes you get something, some days you don't get anything, and everything else working just fine, and we'll see. Didn't have any problems with the morale and the food. Now the question is, do I want to put the food like expense from turn to turn? That could be a sword with two edges, because you're probably gonna lose lots of food, but we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Let me just check the bag here, what we have in the bag. I just want to see the percentage. So I had 5 white against 2 green, 2 gray, 2 red. I think this could be fixed by adding 1 more red, 1 more gray, and 1 more green. So that could be fixed with these little cubes, to have a bag that you have to put much more disruption to actually get some of it. So that could be fixed with that. Enemy airplanes I think need to be rerolled for every clear weather, so this can go up or down depending on that, so that's going to be changed. Disruption tokens should be much more punishing, we'll see how that's going to work. And fortification should be basically built from step 1 to step 2, making them a less less effective. So you need to fortify and use that action more. Alright, all in all it was a good playthrough, and it looks like a nice game. So we're gonna work on it, make it balance it much more and tighten some things up, and we're gonna try another playthrough and see how it's gonna be after that. In any case, thanks for watching. This was the Airlift Stalingrad solitary game, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.